Hi there, I am Casey Jean, and this is Life in Balance. So, today we're going to be looking at mindfulness and meditation. Are they the same thing? So, really often these terms get used interchangeably. It might leave you feeling a little confused and wondering, are they the same? The answer is yes and no. Mindfulness is non-judgmental awareness of the present moment, what's happening right now. And we can do this while we're meditating and at any other time. We can mindfully have a conversation. We can mindfully eat. Meditation comes in many shapes and sizes. But generally, it's an effort to hold our attention or to cultivate a certain feeling. All types of meditation require mindfulness, but mindfulness does not require meditation. So we're going to look a little bit deeper into this today. Exploring mindfulness, exploring meditation, seeing how they weave in and out, how they are similar, but also they're different. All right. As we move along, I encourage you to have a journal, something to write with, write down any insights that you have, maybe even any questions that you have, and you can drop those in the comment box. Anything else that you need to be comfortable, let's get started. So again, to reiterate, mindfulness is more so a way of being. It's noticing, it's paying attention on purpose with a kind focus. Meditation is a contemplative and reflective practice. They're both things that you can do, but meditation is more of a practice in and of itself. There are mindfulness-based meditations, but again, that's how mindfulness is a big piece of meditation. So meditation always has an element of mindfulness, but you don't have to meditate to practice mindfulness. Are you confused yet? I hope not. Okay. A quote from a wonderful person. He's a scientist, he's a writer, professor, and mindfulness and meditation teacher. His name is John Kabat-Zinn, and he says, mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. The last bit is really important. It's meaning that we're not criticizing ourselves or other people or what's happening. It's more of, it is what it is. Very matter of fact, not getting caught up in judgment or criticism or doubt. When we're mindful, we're present. We are so caught up often in our busy lives where we crave movement, we crave change. So it's hard to slow down. It's hard to be present. And sometimes it's easier to recognize what mindfulness isn't. And so I like to give this example. So have you ever, this is a question, have you ever driven somewhere or even ridden a bus, whatever the case may be, driven somewhere and gotten to your destination and been like, what? How did I get here? That's the opposite of mindfulness. That's mindlessness. And so the exact opposite of that would be driving or riding, noticing your surroundings, noticing noise, noticing sound, noticing all of the little things, the little details of the present moment, noticing the whole drive. That's mindfulness. And it's something that we can do at any point. The example of driving is one. Talking, having a conversation with someone. You might notice how you're holding your body as you talk to someone. Brushing your teeth. Eating. Even when we're doing something that's uninteresting to us, something that's really common that we do all the time, we don't necessarily pay a lot of attention to, we can bring mindfulness into it and make it a mindful moment. Once we start paying attention, we often then realize how often we're not. Mindfulness is not only paying attention, but doing so without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we aim to place our attention without judgment. It's more of an open curiosity, what we notice, noticing more. Judgment clouds our vision. Curiosity allows us, our minds, and our hearts to stay open. Here's a few ways that you can practice mindfulness. So first is, yes, a formal meditation. We'll actually do one in just a minute or two. So you can do a mindfulness-based meditation. And you can also pretty much do anything else in your life mindfully. You just bring in that aspect of paying attention to the present moment. In other words, what's happening right now on purpose without judgment. You can observe your mind. Notice where your mind drifts, where it goes, what stories it tells, what memories it gravitates towards. You can feel and sense into your own body when you move, when you stretch, when you're practicing yoga or working out. When you walk, you can feel the sensation of your feet hitting the ground. You might get curious, do your arms move as you move? You can dance. All of those things are paying attention on purpose, without judgment, curiously. You can even tap into your senses. You could take a moment to just pause and notice what you hear, what you smell, what you taste. So mindfulness is definitely a way of being. If you have any questions as we go along, drop them in the comments. I will check back in. So let's take a moment and take a mindful break, noticing mindfulness of the breath. So go ahead and get comfortable. So you might close your eyes. You might just look down and get a soft gaze. Take a few moments right now to be still. Soften your shoulders. Right off the bat, congratulate or appreciate yourself for taking some time today for meditation, to learn. And then go ahead and bring your awareness to your breath, wherever you feel your breath most predominantly in your body. It might be at your nose, or your neck, or your chest, your belly. Notice where you feel the breath. For the next few moments, allow your focus to just be there. Notice the breath as it comes and it goes. Notice each breath part. The inhale as it begins, as it ends, and the exhale as it begins and it ends. Slowly begin to blink your eyes back open. Look at that. It can be as short as 5 seconds, 3 breaths. You can really take your time and sit down for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or longer. It can really be as simple as that. You can even take a moment of mindful breathing when you do something that you don't necessarily enjoy, like standing in line, sitting in traffic. You can bring your attention to your breath and see how that might change your perspective of what's going on. It may or may not change what's going on. I believe you'll likely find that it does shift your perspective of what's happening, even if it's just a little. So that's mindfulness, a way of being. To recap, it's paying attention on purpose without judgment. Meditation is a practice. It's often a formal practice that involves a particular technique. Meditation comes in many flavors. There's a lot of different types of meditation. To name a few, there's, of course, mindfulness meditation, which is really what we did a moment ago, mindfulness of the breath. We did a mindful breathing meditation. You could also do a mindful meditation on sound, simply noticing the sound around you, noticing sensation within your body, noticing your thoughts. All of those are ways of mindfulness-based meditation. There's also meditations like visualization, where you're called to use your imagination and visualize yourself in a certain place. Maybe you're imagining meeting your future self or a younger self, or imagining a really peaceful place, maybe a place that you've been, or maybe a place all of your own imagination. Other types of meditations, there's metta, M-E-T-T-A, metta meditation, also known as loving kindness meditation, where you intentionally create feelings of loving kindness, perhaps for yourself, for other people, for the world, and all beings at large. So there's a lot of different types of meditation. And the cool thing is you can figure out which types you like ice cream. You probably know what type of ice cream you like. The ice cream that's okay, and the kind that you'd say no thanks to. The same thing with meditation. You can try it out, try different ways, and see what really works and resonates with you. You might like a few different types. It might depend and vary on how you feel a particular day, how you're wanting to feel, what you want to let go of, so on, so forth. So there's a lot of flexibility. It's definitely not rigid. Unfortunately, meditation tends to get a bad rep. We it's told a lot that meditation is clearing your mind. It's not thinking about anything. I'm here to tell you that that's not true. You have a mind, you have a brain, it's doing its thing by thinking. Meditation really offers us an opportunity to not engage with or entertain every single thought we have. And so maybe our thought process does slow down. Our mind might slow down, but it's a process. And yes, it can be and likely will be a challenge at the beginning, just like everything else typically is in the beginning. You're learning a new skill. If you think about it like going to the gym, as you start to flex your biceps and your triceps and all of that, you're going to start with much lower weights, and it might still be quite a challenge. As you start to meditate, start small, 1 minute, 3 minutes, five, so on. Even in those small brackets of time, it might be challenging, and that's okay. The point of meditation is to not quiet your mind, but rather to become present, to notice what's even going on in your mind. Sometimes we think And it feels like when we drop into meditation, oh, our minds are just going so fast. Yes, but that likely has already been happening. You're just now aware of it because you're slowing down and because you're choosing to pay attention. So think about it, meditation is almost a workout, an exercise for your brain, because it really is. You're retraining your brain. That's not easy. So meditation, so many different benefits and whys. You can train your attention. So often we'll get caught up, we'll ruminate in the past or a conversation that we had. Meditation can help us train our attention so that we're more focused on what we want to focus on. And we can let go of the things that aren't helpful to dwell on. Cultivate awareness. So you're more aware of your own needs and wants and desires, the present moment, rather than staying stuck in the past or dwelling on the unknown future. So cultivating awareness. Meditation can help give rise and greater peace and clarity. And depending on the meditation, it can help you embody and create specific feelings or emotions. Meditation is very much a reflective practice, a contemplative practice. And honestly, in a way, we're all meditating in some way, shape, or form all the time. It just may not be the most helpful type of meditating. When we meditate, or rather, we can meditate on negative feelings. And for example, like what our coworker said to us last week, what a parent said, or what we'll say the next time we see so and so. That's a form of meditation. But instead, we could notice that we're doing that and meditate on something perhaps a bit more positive, like gratitude or compassion. When we meditate formally, we're holding our attention on a single point of focus. So that could be the breath, it could be sensation, it could be loving compassion. You could even meditate on a picture or a mantra. A mantra is like a practice poem. It could be, I am here, I am peaceful, I'm calm, I am more than enough. When we do this, we train our distractive mind to become more present, more still. And then that practice of trying, right, of exercising that brain of ours, we learn about how our minds work. We learn about who we are at a core and soul level. Meditation requires mindfulness. We must be mindful of our attention, our why. Why are we doing this? What do we want to get from this? And mindful of when we become distracted. And mindfully return to the object that we're focusing on, whether it's a feeling, a quality, something like the breath, a picture, so on. And when we do that, when we meditate, our minds get caught up. It's simply an opportunity to practice non-judgment, to just notice that it happened. I was thinking again, and just start back it all over again, noticing your breath or whatever it is that you're focusing on in that meditation. To retraining your brain. Anything else to say on that? I think we're good. So you may be wondering, all right, I get it. I get the difference between mindfulness, something more so that I embody and I can bring to the table at any point in my life throughout all days. And meditation is more of a practice. It's something I'm going to sit down and do. Or maybe you do a walking meditation, a standing meditation, moving meditation. So you might understand the differences now, but be left wondering, okay, but why? Why would I practice these? Here's why. When we practice mindfulness and meditation, we become less reactive. Reactiveness is that knee-jerk reaction. So if someone aggravates us or frustrates us, you might think of it as pushing our buttons. Our natural reaction is a reaction. We might yell, we might say something that we don't mean. We become less reactive and more responsive. We might take a deep breath before we say what we were going to say out of a knee-jerk response. Meditation, mindfulness, they also help us increase our patience, our kindness, our compassion. And these are extended not just to other people, but you'll find that you're more patient with yourself, more understanding of yourself, that you have a greater capacity to treat yourself with kindness and forgiveness and compassion. You might be able to treat yourself more like a friend. And there's a deeper awareness. We get to know ourselves. We get to know that inner critic that lives inside of us. We can recognize our thoughts and feelings, our habitual behaviors. Through that awareness, through that knowledge of ourselves, there's then the ability to transform, to change, to grow. When we practice both mindfulness and meditation, we're rooted in the present moment. When we're rooted in the present moment, when we're here now, we're more connected to reality rather than the fantasy that's in our head. When firmly rooted in reality, we become less reactive. We're likely to be more patient, more kind, and understanding. Does that sound like something that you would like? It's within your reach. All you have to do is start. It does not have to be hard. It might be a bit of a challenge, but start small, small incremental changes. That's the way for anything that we want in life. I'd like to share a few resources that I have for both mindfulness and meditation. So I have a private Facebook group that you are more than welcome to join. It's called Nurturing Your Body and Mind, and you can find that by searching Nurturing Your Body and Mind on Facebook. In there, I share tips and videos essentially like this, practices that you can take on to live in a more mindful way. I also have a SoundCloud where you can enjoy free meditations at soundcloud.com/Casey Jean Wellness. And you can also visit my website, Jean's Apothecare with an E, for a one-on-one session, a private group, or if you simply have a question, you can reach out there. There's a form you can fill out. Let's close out this practice today, this class today, with a guided mindfulness meditation. We'll add on to that breathing practice earlier. And to begin, first choose how you want to practice. Do you want to sit or do you want to lie down? You choose. Ask yourself, how would it be most comfortable? What would feel relaxing? And do that. I will say, if you feel really sleepy, lying down, you're very likely to fall asleep. If you're okay with that, then go ahead, lie down. Just know. And if you want to sit with a tall spine, soft shoulders. This will be about 8-minute practice or so. So go ahead, settle in, allow your body to soften and relax. Choose if you would like to close your eyes, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, or if you'd prefer to keep them open with a soft gaze. No need to look at the screen. You can put your phone down if you've been holding it. Allow your body to settle, to relax. See if you can soften any points of tension in your body. Softening the shoulders, the belly, the jaw, the space between your eyebrows. And like earlier, bring awareness to your breath. Notice where you feel the breath the most right now. Maybe your nose, chest, belly. Continue to breathe normally and naturally, and just be aware of breathing in. And as you breathe out, be aware of breathing out. No need to change your breath. Simply maintain this awareness of your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. There's no need to visualize or count or figure out your breath in any way. Just simply be mindful of the fact that you're breathing in and breathing out. Watch the ebb and flow of your breath like waves at sea. Right now, there's no place to go, nothing else to do. Just be here, right now. Noticing your breath. In a sense, just living life one inhale and one exhale at a time. As you breathe in and out, be curious of the breath. Can you notice the chest or belly rising as you breathe and falling as your breath releases? Riding the waves of the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. From time to time, your attention may wander from your breath. And when you notice this, simply acknowledge where you went and then gently bring your attention back to the breath. Stay as you are. Begin to notice sound in your room, maybe in the whole building or house. Notice sound outside. Notice your body, either seated or lying down. And if your eyes are closed, slowly begin to blink them open, slowly coming back. If you want to find any movement, stretch, or full body release, you can do that. Take your time. As we close today, take a moment to consider first, what's your biggest takeaway from today's class? I would love to hear that in the comments below. So first consider, what was your biggest takeaway? What did you learn? Any insights you gained even about yourself? And then two, how will you take what you learned today forward into your daily life? Again, take some time first to reflect with yourself. But if you'd like, share in the comments. I'll be checking and I would love to connect with you. Thank you again for joining me. This is Life in Balance. I teach this class every other Friday, and we continue to explore different aspects of mindfulness. I invite you to come back. Thank you. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.